Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Game Bros Station for the Game Bros cast, and we're reviewing Ducktales again. This time, episode 18. Who?
How?
Is Gizmoduck?
Ix.
No, that's not the There's Ix is
Exciting.
Oh, well, I don't know if you noticed by the awkward transition. Matt's here. Say hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Matt, I said for everyone else to say hello, not for you to say hello.
Oh.
Well, whatever. Jared's not here again. He's not feeling well, so we hope you'll join us in wishing him a speedy recovery.
Yes.
And we'll be reviewing episode 18, Who is Gizmoduck? Off the top, though, another episode where we had one focused plot, not a bunch of A, B, C, and D plots going on.
Yeah.
So if you are aware of any of our past critiques, I think this probably sat better with us than some other episodes. It's not my favorite episode, especially coming off of last week's. Last week's set the bar pretty high.
Yeah.
But I think as a standalone, one-shot, one-story episode, this was a pretty solid one, would you say, Matt?
I would think so, too. I mean, it was very much superhero-inspired. Kind of reminded me a little bit of, like, an Iron Man, bit of a Civil War, and a few other superhero films that you may have seen. It definitely carried a lot of that going on.
Yeah, and I think some of the more light-heartedness elements of superheroics you see maybe in something like Big Hero 6.
Yeah.
A little bit. Wow, how convenient that all of those were properties that Disney owns. But of course, it's hard to... I mean, Gizmoduck is a legacy character, so we can't go comparing him to the movies, even though I'm pretty sure that Iron Man existed before Gizmoduck, and Gizmoduck is like a parody of Iron Man. And I timelines. Again, comic books and timelines making things more confusing than they need to with these superheroes.
Well, I feel like the relevance is irrelevant of the timeline stuff. So I think, I don't know, it's just drawing inspiration. To me, this felt like a very much classic Saturday morning cartoon show.
Yeah, and which I think for us is kind of what we want out of DuckTales, at least from us, the two of us personally.
Yes.
But let's talk about what happened instead of talking about what it is.
Oh, that's true. We didn't do that
We
yet.
didn't. So Fenton once again suits up as Gizmoduck to help save Donald and Huey at the bank, where Donald's been denied a loan and is, of course, enraged and tangled up in the chain pen. And, Fenton's trying to open a bank account for the free polo shirt without any money. I don't know if you can do that. I don't know what bank gives out free polo shirts. But sign me up. I could use some new threads. And while during that, he manages to save them from the Beagle Boys, who are one of them, the bigger one. I forget his name because it's not Burger, because Burger's now skinny. It's he's wearing a hockey mask that, like, I swear is an old Disney Mighty Duck cartoon reference.
I mean, even like the silhouette and the structure of it definitely looked like the Mighty Ducks cartoon logo.
No, yeah, definitely had that vibe for me. He makes a pretty meta joke of, why are we wearing masks over our masks?
Yeah, it's a little Kakashi moment. What can I say?
God. We're not going to talk about Naruto today.
Of course not.
So he saves them from the Beagle Boys while also having the suit overload and meltdown because he's still not quite used to it, and the processor seems to be the main problem.
Yeah.
Huey is enamored with the hero, and, it's everything he wanted to be: heroic, strong, and metal. Most of the things he wanted to be. And we see that Gyro is upset about this because Scrooge has said if any more of his inventions go haywire, he's going to cut his budget.
Yeah.
So there's a whole bit of conflict of interest in there. But Fenton really wants to be a superhero, and Mark Beeks is finally making his steps forward to getting Gizmoduck. And you can kind of see where all that kind of comes ahead. Gyro gets mad at Fenton. Fenton blatantly steals the Gizmoduck outfit.
Yeah.
Then goes to work for Mark Beeks after blowing up his helicopter accidentally.
Yeah.
And, eventually the big reveal is, and I think this is really cool because this is the first time for me that Mark Beeks has actually felt like a villain or even a threat.
Yeah, no, for sure. He was definitely a very selfish, kind of an egotistical billionaire.
No, yeah, but, like, I don't know, he's kind of seemed like it was just kind of the whole...
He was very James Bondy in a way.
Yeah, but, like, before he was kind of really annoying. He was very much, a satire of, the internet, Instagramming.
Yeah, he was like the young hipster
culture.
CEO.
Yeah, the young hipster CEO.
He was just kind of doing his own thing.
And he still is that, but this time he's actually a threat and, a villain. He's not just that annoying guy who's always, posting to his social media account every
and this one he definitely is more scheming. He's calculating. He has a plan in general. Won't say if it pans out well for him.
No, but long story short, he gets a hold of the Gizmoduck outfit, and, well, Gizmoduck gets it back. I won't explain how that goes down. You can make an argument of how was he able to get it back that time as opposed to right after Beaks stole the armor, but I think it's safe to say it's because Beaks had overridden the armor, maybe is the excuse there. But then after, talking about Iron Man, Scrooge, who I was like, okay, this is going to be an episode where Scrooge isn't in it. Cool, that's fine. We're going to mention him, whatever. Scrooge comes in and kind of pulls a Nick Fury on us here.
A little bit.
Like, I want to tell you about the Duck Avengers initiative. Not literally, but basically he gives Gizmoduck his permission to test out the armor and continue to help defend Duckburg when he's not around. Although, if we believe past episode, Duckburg seems to think that Scrooge puts them in more danger than protection. So I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's just Scrooge's perspective on the matter. But,
yeah, it could be.
Yeah,
or just pure cartoon logic.
And we claim to fix some of the problem with the processor of Gizmoduck's suit by letting Gizmoduck have more control of the suit himself as opposed to the processor.
Yeah, via neural link.
Via a neural link that, Huey, who knew he possessed such knowledge?
Well, wasn't he like the tech guy or something?
He's the smart one, but he is also still a kid.
Yeah, well, always putting overly knowledge in the youth. That's usually how Hollywood goes.
Yeah, but that's okay. And of course, Gyro is
He's reluctant.
He's reluctant because it's not the way he wants to do it or whatever.
Yeah.
Because deep down, I think Gyro still is somewhat of a villain. Yeah. Or at least just a mad scientist in this version.
That's how I would put it. He's definitely the mad scientist. Kind of similar to Bleakley. What's the hipster CEO guy called?
Mark Beeks.
Mark Beeks. I don't know why I said Bleakley. Mark Beeks. I mean, again, he's kind of like the sociopath, hipster type character in the new sense, while Gyro's more of that in the traditional sense. So I guess it's just different perspectives.
No, yeah, that's fair. But Matt, we've talked about the episode. We talked about what the episode is. We talked about what the episode is about. What did you think about the episode?
Well, I really enjoyed it because, like I said, reminds me of a Saturday morning cartoon. Mm-hmm. Traditionally, which is funny because if you guys know your history of Cartoon Network and you could argue Nickelodeon, this episode is definitely the opposites of what the suits would want. Because, I mean, the whole point of cartoon shows is to sell action figures and toys. At least that was true in the 80s and 90s. And then action shows started to not do so well. And people are like, shit, kids are not watching cartoons for action. They want it for comedy or whatever. So let's make Teen Titans Go. Yeah, whatever. And this one was like, this was a real callback to like what kind of TV shows we used to watch as a kid. And I like that. Don't know how marketable it is in nowadays market, but
I don't know. I think if we look at it kind of with the Iron Man superhero angle there, I think there's...
That's where I think the draw is.
Yeah, I think that's where they're kind of pushing back into that area now that has now become popular again, because all that pop culture, it goes in ebbs and flows. 1 minute it's in, 1 minute it's out, and that back and forth all the time.
Yeah. But overall, I enjoyed it. Obviously, there's some plot holes, and it's kind of funny. You and I, we were thinking the same thing about the helicopter scene where it's like, we watch some superhero films and stuff like that, and we always know it's like some of these storylines, the conflict doesn't happen unless the hero accidentally unleashes evil sometimes. It's kind of funny. I'm not a big fan of like good versus evil nature type storylines before, but I am a little forgiving to storylines where the hero is trying to do something, accidentally put shit to the fan, and then it's up to him to undo his mistakes. And I'm a little bit more lenient to that, so it was kind of interesting seeing that exercised here.
No, yeah. Of course, we have another legacy character come back, all this time significantly reimagined in Fenton's mother, who is not a couch potato kind of old hag with curlers in her hair.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. It was kind of funny how Fenton's mom is a Latina, and I was like, wow, I didn't make that connection at all.
Because he's Fenton Crackshell-Cabrera.
I didn't know his last name.
Well, it's also because he's voiced by Lin-Manuel Miranda. So that
Although I can't be racist there, I've known families that have very like thick-tongued ancestral roots, but their kids totally sound like a valley girl. So
no, yeah,
I just didn't make that connection.
Just look at you.
I know I'm Mexican, but grew up with a Caucasian Italian family. That's a weird comparison. I don't think you can use me in any regards there. But you're Canadian.
I'm not Canadian. Who told you?
Your parents.
Well, that's apparently a lie.
Oh, parents lie all the time.
True, don't they? Tooth fairy.
Anyway, the point I'm trying to say is like it was kind of a cool surprise to kind of see that she has a fierce Latina mom, and I didn't see that connection with Fenton at all because I just thought he was just a regular duck dude.
And isn't that the way we want to look at him, though?
That's nice.
Everyone's just and who they are.
Don't worry. The program she was watching and the fact that she's a Latina watching a Mexican soap opera doesn't make it racist. Because I watch those all the time, too, and I don't even know what they're saying. I'm just like, it's just funny to hear them talk.
Oh, Matt, you and your stories. Well, I hope you at home thought it was fun hearing us talk as much as Matt loves hearing Spanish soap opera talk. So join us again next week, same time, same place, where we'll be reviewing DuckTales episode 19, My Tongue is Tied, The Other Bin of Scrooge McDuck.
Ooh, I'm quite curious what that could be.
Yeah, should be interesting. Well, any last words, Matt?
Nah, I'd say solid episode. Be sure to give us a like, comment, subscribe. Ring that bell, too, if you want to be notified of new videos, because as far as I can tell, YouTube is still having their weirdness going on.
Yeah, and hey, we told you, like Matt said, we told you what we think of the episode. Tell us what you think of the episode. Are you like us, where you're more in the camp of you like having just the one main story, or are you more on the line of, you kind of like all the little multiple avenues going on with some of the other ones? Let us know, and as we say, to be continued.
See you, everyone. The duck, I don't remember the pun that the Fenton makes.